Hello and welcome to this mini review of Pac-Man 99 for the Nintendo Switch. I'm fully aware that by this point everyone has already played this and I'm late to the party, but hey, that's kinda what we do on this channel for the most part, right? We talk about old games. So Pac-Man 99 is the newest game in what I guess you could call the 99 series. First we had Tetris 99, which is incredible and probably one of the best ways of playing Tetris competitively. Then we had Super Mario Bros. 35, which was actually delisted from the Switch store recently. I can only assume this was done because Nintendo are working on a follow-up which will be a full game featuring levels from more than just the first Super Mario Bros. But forget all of that because we now have Pac-Man 99. Like the two previous 99 games, this one is free for all Nintendo Switch Online members, so if you own a Switch, you can literally go onto the store right now and get it. Fundamentally, Pac-Man 99 is a battle royale game based on the original arcade version of Pac-Man, and the core gameplay is exactly the same as it was all those years back. You move Pac-Man around a maze and eat pills while avoiding ghosts, which all have different behaviours. You can eat a power pellet to temporarily become invincible, and the ghosts actually become your prey, with you being able to gobble them up if you contact them. The key difference here is that there's also 98 other people with their own Pac-Man games happening at the same time as yours, and if they manage to defeat ghosts, they'll affect your game of Pac-Man in various ways. So you'll find yourself coming face to face with these white outlines of Pac-Man, which will jam your movement and slow you down, and later on in games, you'll also come across red versions, which will result in an instant death if you touch them. Which is something that I didn't know until I moved straight into one because I didn't know what it did. The interesting element here is that the standard power-ups we're all used to will affect these new Pac-Man outlines in different ways. So by collecting a power pellet, the Pac-Man outlines will be stopped in their tracks, still presenting a threat, but being more easily avoidable. And by collecting the fruit items that appear after collecting a number of pills, it will remove any Pac-Man outlines from your game. This brings us to the third element of the game, which is that by collecting these fruit items, not only will it get rid of the outlines of Pac-Man, but it will also respawn 2 lines of ghost outlines too. These ghost outlines can be eaten at any time, even without a power pellet, and by eating them, they'll attach onto the back of a regular ghost enemy and create a massive chain. Then, after you've built up this chain, you can eat a power pellet and the ghost chain becomes solid, and you can eat a huge conga line of ghosts, which will give other players way more obstacles to contend with in their games. Balancing a normal game of Pac-Man with these new elements, all while 98 other players are also having their own games going on in the background, makes this game feel far more fast-paced and quite frankly a lot more engaging than the original Pac-Man game could ever hope to be. I honestly think this is the best arcade-style Pac-Man game I've ever played, being even better than the Championship editions. There's even more tactical things you can choose to do here too, like choosing different attack strategies which affects how long you stay invincible for after eating a power pellet, but will either upgrade or downgrade how powerful the Pac-Man outlines you send to opponents are. And you can also use different targeting systems to choose who out of the 98 other players you're attacking. The bottom line is that this is just straight up an amazing game. However, there's one massive element of the game that somewhat lets it down. There's literally nothing to unlock, which makes it so that there's practically no sense of actual progression. Even if you win a game and come first, which by the way I managed to do because I'm just that darn good, you don't get anything for it other than a fleeting sense of pride. The reason for this is because all of the really cool unlockable content, like different level themes, profile pictures, and that sort of stuff, is locked behind a paywall. You can pay for each individual level skin separately, or you can buy a huge pack which contains everything. And while I obviously get it because the game needs to make money somehow, I think it should have at least let you unlock some of this stuff in the free version of the game. Tetris 99 allowed you to unlock some stuff by doing challenges and earning an in-game currency, so why can't this be a thing in Pac-Man 99? Maybe it will be at some point, but I'm not playing this game at some point, I'm playing it now. Also locked behind a paywall is several other modes, including private matches and score attack modes, but I really don't mind this so much because although these other modes are probably really fun, the main attraction here is clearly the mode of the game that's free. It's also a little bit weird how by default the controls are set up so that you move with the D-pad and using the left analog stick changes your attack options, but luckily you can change this very easily in the settings, which I literally did even before I had my very first match. It would probably feel awful playing Pac-Man with a D-pad, I mean after all, even the arcade version used a joystick. Despite my complaining about a lack of progression or unlockables, it's a very fun game to play for an hour or so every now and then, but it lacks the meat to keep you playing it for much longer than that. What we have here though is extremely well designed, and it's a game that I'm no doubt going to be going back to a lot. If it gets a physical release with all of the DLC included like Tetris 99 did, I will probably end up actually getting it, to be honest, just because it would be nice to try out the different level skins and all of the other modes in the game. But paying for that content digitally is a little bit of a stretch for me personally. This does get me wondering though what other games could work in the 99 format. One thing I was thinking about that would be slightly different is Bomberman 99. I picture this to work differently in the way that all 99 players would be playing simultaneously on the same huge grid. But obviously each player's individual screen would be zoomed way in so that you can actually see yourself. Then maybe it could do the typical Battle Royale thing where the area slowly shrinks as the match goes on. I actually think that could work really well. But let me know in the comments if you can think of any other older games that could be adapted to this 99 formula. Also, as usual, give the video a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe to see more stuff like this coming soon, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!